Hello, thank you for joining today's webinar session, Cannabis, Introductions to ERP Cannabis, powered by eBA for Acumatica ERP software ecosystem. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I am the Managing Director of Bimser International. Today, with me, I have my colleagues, and together, we will be presenting you an ERP Cannabis application powered by eBA platform. eBA is an enterprise-level electronic business automation platform, and ERP Cannabis is built on eBA platform. And both systems are working integrated with Acumatica ERP software system. Today, we'll introduce you eBA as a platform. Also, we'll introduce you Cannabis application built on eBA and how they are interacting with Acumatica ERP system all together for you to manage your cannabis operations from seed to sales, from beginning to end of the process in a digital and paperless environment. Let me introduce my colleagues before we get started. I have my colleague Sam Watt with us. Sam is our pre-sales software engineer from our engineering team, and he'll be performing the demonstration of eBA platform as well as cannabis application. I also have our eBA product manager, Sardar Ajar, with us. So together, we'll be performing today's executive webinar session for you. First of all, I'd like to introduce you who we are and what we do before we perform our demonstration with regards to our software systems. We are Bimser International, and we are an enterprise software maker since 1998. We are based in New York. In essence, we help companies simplify their business processes and help companies adopt digital transformation. We have global presence. While we are based in New York, we are active in Europe, Middle East, and other parts of the world. For example, Asia, Africa, South America, Australia are some of the regions that we are very active in different parts of the world. We are very active in various ERP ecosystems, as you see on this slide. We are an Acumatica independent software vendor. In addition, we are ISO 9001 certified and ISO 27000 certified. So we have a quality management system in place, certified by ISO, to have maximum level of customer satisfaction and to have continuous improvement in place all the time. According to the ISO quality management standards. Since 1998, we developed these 4 products: eBA, BEAM, QDMS, and Ensemble. eBA is an electronic business automation platform, and I'll share more information about eBA in a minute. BEAM is an enterprise-level asset, maintenance, fleet, energy, drone management software. You can manage your assets, preventive, predictive, periodic maintenance operations on your assets to have an extended lifetime of your assets, your machinery, equipment, buildings, cars, trucks, and other corporate assets that you may have. QDMS is a quality, risk, compliance, and audit management software. You can comply with quality management standards such as ISO, SQF, DRC, and you can also manage your quality control operations with the help of QDMS. And finally, we have Ensemble as a business process modeling, as well as performance management software. In the bottom, you can also see a contract management application, which is built on eBA platform to automate contract management operations in a paperless and digital environment. And in bottom right, you can see our new product coming up this year called Synergy. That is a low-code, no-code, true cloud business process automation platform. It is basically eBA's, our electronic business automation platform systems, cloud version, which is coming up at the end of the first quarter of this year. All of our systems are integrated with Acumatica ERP, and they are also certified by Acumatica. They are available in Acumatica Marketplace. In addition, our systems, especially eBA in this particular case, has web service APIs to communicate other software systems, as well as hardware systems, IoT devices, manufacturing execution systems, CRM systems, and other systems that you may have at your company or in your organization. On this slide, you can see how many projects we have deployed by the end of 2019. I have to upgrade these numbers because we have higher numbers right now as to delivered projects. These numbers also show how many customers we have. So we have thousands of customers and millions of professional users nationally and internationally. There are many reputable organizations put their trust and confidence in Bimser International. These are some of them. We work with reputable organizations. We work with 3M, Ford, Bridgestone, Nissan, United Nations, Unilever, Henkel, and many other reputable organizations, institutions, corporations, and brands. Let me also share some information with you regarding eBA, our enterprise-level electronic business process automation platform. We are the maker, publisher of eBA, and we have been developing eBA since 1998. We own the technology, so eBA is our proprietary software system. We have more than 500 corporate customers of eBA nationally and internationally, and we have more than 1.5 million professional eBA users using our system on a daily basis for different business processes. Right now, there are more than 50,000 business processes available on eBA, automated and digitized, working on a daily basis. eBA has modules, workflow module, like your management module, capture module, and executive dashboard module. These modules designed to help you automate your business processes, designed to operate in a paperless work environment, digitized and automated work environment in this digital age. Let me also share some introductional information about ERP Cannabis before we show you the system, how it looks, how it feels, and how you can benefit from its capabilities and its offering. ERP Cannabis is built on eBA platform, our electronic business automation platform. And on this application, from seed to sale, you can manage all of your cannabis-related operations: production, quality control, purchasing, sales, customer relations, finance, as well as compliance with regards to cannabis industry, especially state by state or group of states. They have certain compliance requirements or compliance systems, for example, and ERP Cannabis is working with those systems digitally to help you comply with regulations and compliance requirements. On ERP Cannabis, you can manage your operations in a digital environment. You can manage your accounts payable operations, accounts receivable, production, raw material management, quality control, asset and maintenance management, and many other operations. System is modular, so you can pick and choose any module that you like. Some of our customers start with a couple of modules. Some of them get the full set, and they go paperless altogether for all of their operations. So it depends on what you do in cannabis industry. You may be producing. You may be grower. You may be growing seeds. You may be processing. You may be in production part of cannabis industry. You may be in sales, for example. You may be a dispensary. So it depends on what you do in the cannabis industry. You can choose the module that you like, which is actually very flexible if you think about it. And once you start getting one module, you can always expand it to other modules if there's a need. So today you may go for a sales-based module, for example, to automate and digitize your business processes. And then later on, you can also add other modules. There may be CRM, there may be purchasing management or production, depends on your operations as well. System is permission-based, and it has a powerful workflow engine coming from eBA platform. So all of these processes are ready to be configured based on your company's hierarchy, rules, and the regulations that you are following. So all the forms and the powerful workflow is very flexible according to your company's expectations. Okay, great. So after this introductory presentation, I'd like to invite my colleague, Sam, for him to perform a demonstration, show and tell, as we call it. Sam will be showing you the eBA platform in general. Also, he'll be showing you ERP Cannabis application live within Acumatica ERP streams. And he'll be showing you how the system looks, how it feels, and how it can actually be helpful for you in terms of its capabilities and offering. Sam, why don't you take over the screen and show us ERP Cannabis?
Sure, and let me take over the screen. Okay, and
Great.
thank you.
Looks good.
Great. And thank you for joining today's webinar. And thank you, Kevin, for your presentation. So today I will demonstrate you ERP Cannabis powered by eBA, our enterprise electronic business process automation platform. And ERP Cannabis, it is integrated with Acumatica so that you can connect to ERP Cannabis within the same page of Acumatica. On your left, you can go to different workspace of Acumatica or make a search of your workspace. And on your right, you can manage the applications that you have in ERP Cannabis. ERP Cannabis is a permission-based system, meaning different users have different permissions based on their role, position, profession, department, or group. Users will see what they are supposed to do in our system. And now, as I'm logging in as the admin user, so that I have the full control of the system. And this is the homepage of ERP Cannabis. First of all, you can find your user information as your name and also the email. Furthermore, all your pending tasks and also the request for approval will be shown in this widget as well. So you can get a quick connection and start proceeding with this particular request. And in ERP Canvas, you can see the workflow management module that showed you all the requests that is waiting for your approval. Also, you can have a quick connection and have an overview like what is waiting for your approval. In addition, you can see all the notification that is generated to your account and all the items that you have sent out. Here are all the drafts that you have saved, meaning all the application that you have filled in but not put into the workflow. So you can save them and put them in a draft and come back to this particular record anytime when you're available or when you need it. So these are the applications, the sample processes that we have in ERP Cannabis. And we can see all the applications in a tree. And this is one of the example, which is managing the purchase receipt. So saying we place our order, our purchase order in Acumatica, and now we receive the material for example, like the seed of our plants. Then we can make use of this application and then pick and choose the company name. And in ERP Cannabis, we can always have the form that that's designed based on the actual operation of our company. And this is the form side of ERP Cannabis. And there's another side is the workflow. For all the application, there is a unique workflow behind it. So based on the actual operations of your company, then we will replicate the workflow and also the form design that you are currently using in ERP Cannabis. Meaning the design and also the workflow, they are not fixed in our system. Coming back to the form side, and we can have a drop-down list that allows you to pick and choose the appropriate item to this field, like all the company name, those can be chosen in a drop-down list, and then we can pick and choose the vendor name. And as for this vendor name, it is integrated with Acumatica, meaning we can see this particular vendor name in Acumatica. So we capture those information from Acumatica and fit our system accordingly. For example, this is a vendor, like go-to vendor is the name, and we can pick and choose this one. and the vendor name will be shown in based on your the item that you choose. And we can go to Acumatica and find out all the vendors right here. As you notice, I can still make my searching in Acumatica even I open ERP Cannabis. And these are the vendor name that we have in Acumatica. So they are the exact same set that we have shown in our system. Furthermore, you can pick and choose the purchase order that you want to close, since you are creating a purchase receipt and associate with particular purchase order. And for this purchase order, they are coming from Acumatica as well. So we can pick and choose the purchase order, and then we can enter the name like received by and also the header of this particular receipt. And as for the delivery date, like all the fields in date format, you can pick and choose the date from the calendar. And if there's any attachment that you want to attach to the system, then you can upload right here. And you can upload all the attachment like the picture that you have received the material, and then you can make that as a proof in this application. So right here, let me pick and choose the purchase order, and then we save the bar and the header test. And right here, we can add the items that we have received under this particular purchase order. Then we can see the purchase order line. Again, those are coming from Acumatica, and these are the items that we have ordered. And you see the quantity and also the amount will be filled automatically by the system. And we can also pick and choose the warehouse from the list, which are all the warehouses that we have in Acumatica ERP. So saying we are going to put this in our system, and then we can put any comment in an open text field. And then the received item will be added into our application. So once this application is, all the fields in this application are ready, then we can put this into the workflow. And as for the workflow, the system will set up a purchase receipt in Acumatica. And after that, it will be also saved in an archive of ERP Cannabis as well. And if you notice, there is a flow history page as well in this application. So it's helped you to keep tracking the status of your request, like the date that you created, and also the date that we have approved or rejecting this particular request. So it's helped you to keep tracking the status of your request in this audit trail. And once it is ready, then we can send this out, and this will be sent to Acumatica accordingly. So there are more applications that we have in ERP Cannabis. For example, the purchasing and receiving module, sales and delivery module, cultivation module, raw material module. Those are the available modules in ERP Cannabis. And thanks to the modular structure of ERP Cannabis, you can pick and choose the modules that you want to have and deploy on your cloud or on-premise server. It's come to the end of my demonstration of ERP Cannabis. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Let me take over the screen so we can address some of the questions that we have been receiving. Great. Thank you again for the demonstration, Sam. So as you saw, there are many different applications built on cannabis business software application powered by eBA. So on this cannabis application, you can manage your growing operations if you're growing seed, for example, and if you are processing, if you are in production, for example, you can manage it in cannabis business application. We call it ERP Cannabis. You can manage your financial operations, accounts receivable, accounts payable, as well as HR. Quality control is very important, as well as compliance. So you can also manage it digitally on ERP Cannabis, Cannabis business software, as well as you can manage asset management, maintenance management, and work orders. So especially if you're in production, or even if you're a dispensary and if you have chains of dispensary locations, for example, you need to do certain maintenance operations. In terms of production, you need to be doing a plant maintenance, for example. And in the scope of plant maintenance management, you need to manage your machinery, equipment, and you need to maintain them periodically. And you need to also perform preventive and predictive maintenance operations at your facility and at your manufacturing location. So all these can be managed on ERP Cannabis. And just like my colleague mentioned earlier, the system is totally modular, thanks to its modern architecture powered by eBA. And it is also very flexible. You've seen some of the forms and some of the workflows during the demonstration. Those are all flexible and configurable forms as well as workflows. So we can, when we deploy it for you, we can update the forms as well as the workflows running underneath according to your expectations, your business requirements, and your business hierarchy, simply. Also, I need to mention that just like in a business process, same thing in the cannabis industry, each business process has a flow and a form, basically. We need to enter data on a form, and the form needs to be moving from one department to another, or moving from one team member to another, according to the flow that we set. So this setup is basically can be easily designed and managed on eBA platform and ERP Cannabis, basically. And you can have your own business environment in a digital setup. And you can also work remotely in addition to run your operations digitally. So let's see, we have been also receiving some questions in the chat box. One of the questions, maybe Sam, you can address this. Do you have a mobile application to manage cannabis operations, business operations, and some activities?
Yes, we do have the mobile application, and it is available for Android and also iOS devices. So you can download ERP Cannabis and then connect through your handheld device like your smartphone and also your tablet. So you will see the same set of data in your mobile application because as for the mobile application and the one that you use in the web browser, they are going to and coming from the same database. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. One of the questions is about the Acumatica integration, how ERP Cannabis application is integrated with Acumatica ERP system. So maybe I can address that question, Sam. So what happens is, well, in essence, eBA is a certified Acumatica application. It's available in the Acumatica marketplace with the application called a Contract Manager, powered by eBA. So we already have integration with Acumatica ERP system. We are already pulling master data, customers, vendors, employees, as well as products. So it depends on the module that you are getting from ERP Cannabis offering. Then we integrate with Acumatica ERP accordingly. If that is, for example, accounts payable, then we integrate with the vendors as well as purchase orders and other accounts payable related applications. If you are getting, for example, quality management module of ERP Cannabis, in addition to the master data, we may also need to integrate with your production operations, for instance. That may also be helpful. So it depends on what needs to be integrated to Acumatica ERP. We'll integrate all the fields that's related. So we have the foundation integration already. So we already opened the door and we already operating both systems together. As you see, they are running on the same screen as well, which is very, very user-friendly. And we can further the integration, depends on the module that you are getting from ERP Cannabis offering. There is one question about pricing. So in terms of pricing, please send us an email, and let's talk about it in a separate meeting. As you see on the screen, we are keeping our contact information on the screen. So after this meeting, if you like to communicate, if you like to stay in touch and continue this conversation with us, you can send us an email and schedule a meeting. So we welcome it. We are looking forward to it. Let's see if there is another question that we need to address. Do you have a portal on ERP Cannabis to manage vendors as well as customers? I think I can address that as well, Sam. So, so ERP Cannabis is an application, the software application, and that is powered by eBA platform. And eBA platform, as I showed in the presentation briefly, it has modules, and one of the modules is actually a records management and document management module. That module is also designed to help companies use it as a repository. This repository has portal capabilities, so you can, with the permission-based infrastructure, you can also use that module as a portal for customers as well as vendors. So customers can connect to the portal and access certain cannabis-related products, for example, as well as vendors. If you like them to upload certain documentation, certain information about products, shipments, and so on, they can log in, they can get into system, and they can upload it themselves. So in that sense, with this portal, you can reduce the email traffic, and you can run your operations digitally on eBA platform with the help of ERP Cannabis application. So that is actually ideal, especially if you like to go paperless, and if you like to work remotely, and if you like to run your business processes no matter where you are, and especially if you are using eBA as a customer portal or vendor portal, it will also reduce your workload naturally, because certain things that you need to send to your customers or vendors or get them via email, for example, that email traffic will be reduced, and some part of it will be basically self-service for customers or vendors to log in, to read, to upload, to download, and so on. So it's very practical and very user-friendly in so many ways. Okay, great. Looks like we addressed all the questions. So before we end this webinar, I'd like to invite you to our coming annual virtual summit. It is called Synergize. So this year, Synergize 2021 will be held on March 16 and 17. When you go to our Eventbrite page, you'll see our registration page, and you can register. We'll send you a link for you to connect, and it is powered by Zoom communication. So we'll run our virtual conference on Zoom on March 16 and March 17. I hope you can make it. You are invited, and you'll find it to be informative that we are really confident of. Also, during that summit, and we'll be also releasing our Synergy content services platform. That's a true cloud, low-code, no-code business process automation platform. So you can run all of your business processes, and you can develop them in a cloud environment that's coming up. It is called Bimser Synergy Content Services Platform. So we'll talk more about it during our annual conference, Synergize 2021. Also, we'd like to invite you to our YouTube channel. We have a very active YouTube channel. We have close to 300 videos already, product videos, use cases, as well as videos that you may find it to be informative about quality management, compliance management, asset management, and more. So please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe. And we have an Eventbrite page. On the Eventbrite page of ours, we list our executive webinar schedule. Just like these webinars that we are performing today, you can see what is coming up, and you can register for our coming webinar sessions. I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. We are looking forward to seeing you in our coming executive webinar sessions. Thank you, and have a nice day.